If not now, when? We've got to save our beach.
The debate continues in Flagler County on how to pay for a plan to preserve local beaches.
With a proposed half-cent sales tax increase all but dead, Commissioner Greg Hansen joined the Friday Free-for-All to make his case.
It's an investment in the county. It's an investment in our economic well-being. It's an investment in tourism. It's an investment in local businesses. It's everything. It's our county is the beaches. And if we don't have them, we're out of luck.
Flagler Beach resident Jennifer Harold.
We just wanted to kind of bring a little bit more awareness to protecting Flagler's beaches. I think a lot of people don't understand the context or why we need to do something or the money behind it. It can be very convoluted. So I think, we're just trying to do kind of a grassroots push to get more people aware. And hopefully, I know everyone's trying to do what they can, but maybe we can bring in some help from other sources in some way, shape, or form.
Flagler Beach Mayor Patty King.
If we do nothing, we lose all the progress of the Army Corps' plan of what they renourished only to North 7th Street and Flagler Beach last year.
County Tourism Director Amy Lukasik says the beaches have been an economic driver in recent years.
When we were kind of under those COVID mandates, that became even more loud and clear because people were looking for outdoor recreation, not crowded spaces. And we really, in the grand scheme of things, fared very well because those vacation rentals up in the hammock area were being rented out for long periods of time. And they wanted to be close to nature and outdoors, and, the beach served that purpose.
From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Daryl Moody.
Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, June 9th.
Camille, put it down and come out here. Hey!
Put the knives down.
Audio from the arrest of a Bunnell woman for a domestic disturbance.
Recently, 58-year-old Camille Campbell of Bunnell made verbal threats toward a person and law enforcement while holding 2 knives inside of a doorway of a camper. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
Deputies arrived on scene and spoke to the male victim for the details. The suspect, a woman, refused to come out of the camper and had actually armed herself with 2 knives. After over an hour trying to coax her to come outside and put down the knives, deputies used lethal weapon to take her into custody.
Once the situation was de-escalated, Campbell was transported to a local hospital for a medical evaluation.
It was a great job by our deputies de-escalating the situation to a successful conclusion.
And Sheriff Staley adds this situation highlights the real-life dangers our deputies face every day, especially in domestic violence cases.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you.
Flagler County's April 2025 unemployment rate measured 4.2%, a slight increase from February's 4.1% unemployment rate, but 0.7% higher than it was a year ago, according to the latest data released from the Florida Commerce. Greg Blase, Chief Executive Officer, Nexus 360.
Starting with the consumer sentiment data, the latest data out of the University of Florida shows that consumer confidence has dropped for the 3rd consecutive month, reaching its lowest point since August of 2024.
Although Flagler County is expected to grow jobs as the tourism industry hires talent in advance of summer, this typical trend has not yet materialized.
The numbers are concerning because we're seeing that consumers are not feeling positive about spending money. Of course, that doesn't mean that they won't, right? But at the same point in time, when you go over a year's worth of economic growth, to have 82 fewer people working in Flagler County is certainly a disappointing figure.
The Flagler County labor force is reported at 55,645 residents. For Flagler's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
I believe the Office of Attorney General should prioritize protecting the state's most vulnerable. And I think there's 2 very important categories of most vulnerable.
Florida State Attorney General James Uthmeyer tells Liz Ryan about how his office is protecting those 2 groups.
First is senior citizens. They tend to be the target of scammers.
We've got a lot of seniors in the state of Florida, a lot of people that come here that want to retire here. And sadly, when populations and capital and wealth move, so too do people that want to take advantage. Every day we see more examples of contractors, services, people that want to defraud and deceive our seniors and take advantage of their hard-earned retirement.
He says his office will not tolerate that.
We are going to investigate. We are going to prosecute as many of these bad actors as we can. Leave our seniors alone.
The second group is children who are vulnerable to today's technology.
We launched a lawsuit just a couple weeks ago against Snapchat, the first major offender, but we're investigating others, that has designed an application to be addictive to kids, but then has enabled predators to go after kids.
It has features that can cause dangerous situations for kids.
You can delete pictures and messages, making it the preferred application for child sex predators who want to pretend to be other people, engage in communications with kids, and then ultimately try to figure out information about them, where they live, how they behave. Dangerous sex predators are going after kids on these apps. So we passed a bill last year to prohibit young kids and younger teenagers from even accessing the applications, whereas older teenagers can only do so with parental permission.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
Our all-area series continues. Flagler Palm Coast dominated cross-country season with 18 athletes selected first or second team. For the girls, first-teamers include Cassidy DeYoung, Anna Gregoric, Madison Lagarde, Taylor Novak, Ariana Slaughter, Bella Tarsitano, and Peyton Sarasi. Only a freshman, Sarasi posted the fastest times in school history, including a record 18 minutes 19 seconds at the state championship this year.
All I was going into the race is just to break 19, and I obviously did, and I didn't even realize until my dad told me, and I was like, that is so cool that I did it both.
The Bulldogs' second teamers were Audrey Bowman and Juliana Mills. Sarah Van Buren was a first-team Pirate with her teammate Lupita Galliano on the second team. 4 Bulldog boys made the first team: Jevin Luna, Owen Stackpole, Brant Tarsitano, and Braden Warmack. FPC's second teamers were Mateo Almeida, Ryan Gilveri, Evan Johnson, and Aiden Peterson. Blaine Vogel was first team and represented Matanzas as runner of the year. FPC coach David Halliday was boys coach of the year. For Halliday, the results are secondary.
You just try to put them in positions where they can succeed, or if it's something where they fail, you're there to tell them, hey, this is just a temporary failure. This is how we learn. It's okay to lose. It's okay to have a bad practice. It's okay to have a bad meet. It's okay to get a B. We started using a new term in the last couple of years. Instead of saying bouncing back, we talk about bouncing forward.
In weightlifting, Cody Strasser and Neil Williams were first teamers for FPC. Jaden Sow was second team for Matanzas. This is your home for local sports. Hear more nominees Friday. From the WNZF Sports Desk, I'm Mike Licio.